what's up everyone? Day one of the Food Stamp Challenge 2014 is in the books. Okay, so yesterday's video I talked about why I was doing the Food Stamp Challenge, and I also told you what I did on the shopping trip. Well, today I kind of had to eat. It was the first day where I could only eat what I purchased. And after a full day of it, I realized that I'm going to have enough food. It's going to be fairly nutritious. It's going to fill me up, but it's not going to give me variety. And it also has some like social implications. So let me take you through the day. So this morning, I normally get my kids ready for school, and then I go to work, and I'll either grab breakfast on the way to work or I'll eat breakfast at work. I'm fortunate enough that I work in a company that has a full-size kitchen, and we also have food stocked and stuff like that, and I normally do that. But given that this is the Food Stamp Challenge, I have to only eat what I purchased. So I was totally unprepared. My whole routine was thrown off. I didn't have time to prep breakfast. So what I did was I grabbed 2 eggs out of my dozen eggs that I purchased, and I took some spinach, which I should have prepped yesterday. I should have cut off all the like gross stems to it and washed it and done all that and just get it all prepped. But I didn't think about any of that because I'm not used to thinking about stuff like that. So that was interesting. So I went to work and I made myself breakfast, a 2-egg and spinach omelet. It was okay. You know, it was good. It didn't fill me up. It wasn't, I normally like to put Tabasco sauce on my eggs. I normally like to put kakalaki sauce on my eggs. I normally like to put other types of flavoring on my eggs, and I didn't have any of that. I just had that little pat of butter, and I had some salt and pepper and my eggs. So that was okay, except for the fact that because it didn't really fill me up, before lunchtime, I was like crazy hungry. So remember I bought that jar of peanut butter. A friend of mine at work actually gave me this idea that maybe I should ration off the peanut butter. So I drew little lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to make sure that I do not exceed my day's rations of peanut butter. And I gotta tell you that by the end of the day, it was right on the line. I ate 1/5 of that jar of peanut butter because I was so hungry, okay? For lunch, I took some of my beans, as well as some of the chicken that I cooked last night, as well as a little bit more spinach. That's all I had. It was about, maybe in total, it was about 1.5 cup of food. Again, it was good, it was nutritious, it filled me up for lunch. It's a nice amount of protein and stuff like that, but it just was not interesting. And you know, it's tough for me to say stuff like this because I know that I'm very, very fortunate that I can afford to eat things. I can go out to eat. I actually eat out quite a bit, and I'm used to having whatever I want to eat. Before I left for work, in this mad scramble before I took the kids to school, I decided to make my chili in the slow cooker so that when I got home from work, or actually technically after soccer practice, because I had soccer practice after work, I would have chili waiting for me. I did have chili waiting for me. It smelled fantastic. It tasted really, really not great. Not great. Normally when I make chili, I make my own chili. I buy nice spices and I have a nice concoction. It's a secret recipe. But in this case, I had that little like cheap chili packet, and I didn't have anything to dip it in, and I didn't have extra spices. I like it a little spicier, and the ratio of things were a little off. It was a little more waterier than I normally like chili. Anyway, I've made enough chili where I'm going to have chili all week. That's a good thing. I'm not worried about quantity. What I'm probably going to do is cook some rice and actually have it supplement with the rice. I'm going to maybe take like a cup of 1 cup of chili and pour it on top of rice, and then kind of make some sort of like a meal out of that. Overall, day one, I'm escaping day one unscathed. The real implications are twofold so far. I did not have enough money to get tea, and I drink a lot of tea, and that caffeine deficiency really, really affected me today. I was really kind of like in a bad mood. So hopefully after 5 days of this, I'm going to wean myself off of caffeine. I guess that's a good thing. The second thing, though, is that eating is such a social part of my life. I mean, I run a eating show, basically, right? I love to eat. I have frequent lunch meetings. I like to congregate in my office and have breakfast with my coworkers. I still did, but it was in a different way. My coworkers were cooking breakfast and they were like, "You want some of this?" "No, I can't really have some of this." And then we actually had a special summer thing where a Italian ice company came as a special thing for lunch for all of our employees, and no, can't have any of that. And then at soccer practice, one of my daughter's teammates had a birthday and they brought cupcakes. Can you have any cupcakes? Nope, can't have any of that. So those are the things that are affecting me here on day one. Again, I cannot stress to you enough, you as in you who is taking the time to watch this video, that I understand how fortunate I am. I mean, this is just but a small sacrifice to try to do this for a week. And I know people struggle with this day in and day out, month in and month out, year in and year out. So I recognize that. I just like to share with you, in case you are in the same situation that I am. You're fortunate enough to not worry about where your next meal is coming from. You're fortunate enough to be able to order whatever you want on the menu and to go out to eat and have fun with your friends and your coworkers and that type of thing. That you'll just take a step back and pause and understand that there are some real differences. There's a shock to my system to go from doing whatever I want to being restricted to just this budget. This is day one of the 2014 Food Stamp Challenge. I will be back tomorrow to update you on day two. Thanks again for watching.